microphones.
That might be because audio 3 is 1 and 2. It's just going into one track instead of those two separate.
So, what are our options?
Room mic?
You and John are just going to have to be the room mic then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
You guys are the room
This
mic.
one right here?
Keep that microphone for aesthetic. But
Aesthetic, yeah.
Okay, cool.
So can we move this a little closer then?
Yeah, make sure that's
Oh,
all
no,
right.
maybe not. Put it right there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well.
Karma, don't touch it.
All right. You guys ready?
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
I might speak a little loud and belligerently.
Hello and welcome to Rawk Radio, episode 21. This is your host, NPR, Michael Patrick Russell, here with co-host John, as always. Dr. Sleep, once again, is with us here, episode 21. And tonight we have a very special guest, such a talented and very fun-loving person. I've known you for quite some time now. Ladies and gentlemen, very talented comedian, actor, also just started a fresh new podcast yourself.
It's true.
Called The Pop of Passion. Ladies and gentlemen, Jax Barker.
Hi, Rawk Radio. Thank you for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
Absolutely.
Thanks for coming on.
This is a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so what's going on?
I mean, life is wild. I've been negotiating deals in the real estate world. I've been launching the podcast. I've been winning money at my health club because I walked an average of 10 miles a day in the month of April.
Wait a minute. No kidding. How does that work?
So I wake up before 5 on average, and I just start walking because I don't start work till 9, and I just start walking.
Where do you walk?
So in general, I'll walk. I live in Norwood Park, but I'll drive to my parents' house in Park Ridge over by Roosevelt School, and then I will walk to Main Park.
Okay.
If there's time, Starbucks is open at 5. Panera's open at 6. So depending on when I'm up, I'll go to one of those. I prefer Panera because I have the unlimited coffee subscription.
Yes.
$9.99 a month.
Yeah.
If you want to sponsor me, you can DM me at Pop of Passion on Instagram.
Panera, what's up?
Otherwise, I'll walk Caldwell Woods or just around the area. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I love
it.
walk.
We love talking about health here and there.
Yeah.
And how diet comes up a little bit here and
Yeah.
there. That's so groovy. You're just getting up and hitting the day hard.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome to
Thank
just
you.
I love the motivation and that fire right off the top of the day. Speaking of that, Myra, shout out to Myra. My
Shout out
mom,
Myra.
she's like that. She wakes up and she's just boom.
Yeah.
But yes, thank you for the pub mix.
Thank you.
Sponsored, our sponsor for episode 21 here on Rawk Radio. All good stuff. So Jacqueline, when did you get involved with the acting and stuff for you?
So the story goes, I was 2.5. My brother was not yet born, so that's how we know I was under 2.5. And we're watching the Bulls. It's
Yeah.
94.
Shout out to the Bulls, baby.
And I pointed at the television and I said, I want to be on TV like him. And I pointed at Michael Jordan. And then on my 5th birthday, I was cast in a commercial for AMF Bowling with Michael Jordan.
Oh,
Wow.
So manifestation is real.
How are you manifesting at that young of an age?
I think when you don't know any better,
It's probably
you just
easier.
do it. You just do
it's
it.
easier.
Wild.
Yeah, you
wild
just go
energy.
for it.
Young and innocent.
Yeah.
Which is still to this day a fabulous commercial.
Yeah, I mean,
It really is.
it's pretty cute.
Yeah.
Is it on YouTube?
It is on YouTube. Yeah, so I just started doing stuff.
What was that experience like as a kid?
Did you know it was
Like-
Michael Jordan?
Yeah.
Yeah. And when I met him, I was like, hey, so do you know Bugs Bunny? Because when you meet the most famous man on earth, you kind of have to put him in his place.
Oh, yeah.
Was this before Space Jam?
No, it was after Space Jam. So
Okay.
I was a kid and I was So I'm about to meet the most famous man, like the most powerful man in sports.
I gotta check him. Yeah.
I'm gonna just make sure he knows who I am.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Hey, you know Bugs Bunny?" Which is funny because like I had a crush on Lola Bunny.
Yeah.
As like a very young child, I was like, "Oh, she's it." But like compulsory heterosexuality and like being raised Irish Catholic, it was like we're not going to talk about that. So I just was like, "Oh, I'll ask about Bugs Bunny," and he was like, "Yeah, I know Bugs Bunny." And then I just was like always working.
Was he just like, yeah, I know Bugs Bunny?
Yeah, he was
Leave
like,
it at
I
that?
know Bugs Bunny.
He's a
That's
good
great.
guy.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Well, he wasn't even supposed to be there. Like, he had to stand in most of the day. He came in for like 10 minutes. He brought his kids. But I did get to meet him. I got to ask him my question. And it was really cool.
MJ, man.
Yeah, no, like, there's nothing better. Like, I was in college. I moved to New York City right when, like, Derrick Rose got signed with the Bulls. And that was, like, another moment for Chicago. But, like, he can't touch MJ. Like, no one can. Like, sorry, LeBron. Like, I'm sorry. But, like, no one can.
Nobody.
23
Yeah.
forever, baby.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That is such a cool story.
Yeah.
I am so jealous, but also, like, so happy for you. That's so
thank
freaking
you.
cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
think I saw MJ from, like, 50 feet, I think, once when Trinity was doing something for, I think, the United Center.
Yeah.
Something. But I remember I didn't get to meet him in person. So that's so cool. That's awesome.
I mean, I don't think there's many.
Such a
like,
cool
he's
experience.
so untouchable, and I don't know,
So-
like,
yeah, he is. When that kind of happened for you, then where did that lead you? Like, as far as
Yeah, so that was
acting.
that was definitely like a national commercial. I had already done. I think my first commercial was local. It was for Blue Cross Blue Shield, the insurance company, and then I went to. I did like print work and voiceover work and all that stuff. But after the MJ commercial, I remember I did like the voice for Eggo, like the Lego My Eggo
No
Really?
way.
in the 90s.
Wow.
Yeah, that was like my
That's-
voice.
Holy shit.
So if anyone's wondering, that plus like majorly supportive parents is how I paid for NYU, the most expensive school in the nation. But like then I did my big thing was in 4th grade, it was either me or Dakota Fanning for the movie Oscar nominated I Am Sam with Sean Penn. So it was like I was auditioning for like months.
Wow.
And they were like, "So, we're going to go with the girl in LA because she's younger and she's blonde." And I was like,
What?
She took your job.
"Oh."
How long of an audition process?
It was like
that?
months long.
Oh
What
my
does that
gosh.
consist of? Like, what are you
It's
doing?
like you go you miss school. So then your classmates are mad at you.
Yeah.
So then when you're in a catalog, like a toy catalog, and you're like playing with like a connector set, they're going to take that catalog, they're going to rip it out, they're going to draw on your face, and they're going to put it in your desk. And they're going to like draw devil horns on you. It's because they're mad that you get to miss school.
They're salty.
Yeah, they're really mad.
And play with cool toys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. So if you want me to name names, you can Venmo me $5, J, 5 A's, and an X, and I will tell you their names because I have multiple names.
Yeah.
So then, it was just like a lot of auditioning for that role, and then I also auditioned for like School of Rock.
That's cool.
What's Cheaper by the Dozen? A Series of Unfortunate Events.
Wow.
Like, if you name any of the kids' movies from, like, that era, like, I'm like, yeah, no, I auditioned for that.
How old
You
were
know
you?
That's so cool.
Like 9 to 11 or something?
Yeah, like, around those ages. It was,
Wow.
like, end of grade school, early middle school that I was, like, deep in it.
Wow.
Yeah. Because of Winn-Dixie, and then the girl, Anna Sophia Robb, got it. And it's funny because then she did the Carrie Diaries on the CW.
Yeah.
And her whole, like, thing was like Carrie was like, "Oh, should I work for this company at Interview Magazine or should I go to NYU?" And then they ended the show because she went to NYU. And it's funny because like I went to NYU And my whole thing was like, I quit acting after like 7th grade because I was like, oh, well, I'm going to concentrate on school. I'll be a school.
Okay. So you took a little break.
Yeah. So I like, but then I
Yeah.
actually got into like cheerleading and stuff and like babysitting. And
Oh my
then
gosh,
I
you were
went.
a Park Ridge cheerleader.
Yeah.
Jacqueline. Wow.
But I concentrated on school and I like went to
That's
NYU.
good.
And then
Yeah.
I found out that Dakota Fanning was not only going to NYU, she was going to my school
Damn
within the
Dakota
university.
again.
Wow.
And I was so upset. I was like, no, this is the path I chose. You don't get to do both. But she
Yeah.
does get to do both. And good for her. And like women supporting women is what I'm here for.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When in your acting like experience did you were you always kind of interested in comedy and like that aspect of it, or when did you actually do you have a moment where you more so started going down that lane or wanted to go down that lane? Or?
I know the exact moment. I did this pilot. It was like supposed to be, it was just a pilot for a TV show. It was called Max. It was about this dog joining this family. And I remember we were shooting at this like house on the North Shore. It was like this beautiful house. And I ended up shooting a commercial there many years later for Bunny Bread. And we were like running around the house and the dog was chasing the neighbor. And then the family was chasing the dog. And before the director called cut, I said, oh my gosh, Mr. I don't remember his name. Are you okay? And I got a big laugh. And that was improvised. That was not in the script.
Yeah, and they loved it, yeah.
And they loved it. And I was like, okay, cool. So that's what I've been chasing
The
since
moment,
then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was like 5 years old and like I've been chasing that laugh. Like, you know, your
Yeah.
first laugh,
Yeah.
that's what you're chasing for the rest of your life. Like that, I was like, okay, so that's what I'm going to do.
Mm-hmm.
And
Absolutely.
Wow.
yeah,
That's great.
we have the VHS somewhere at my parents' lake house.
We got to see that.
Yeah, we got to see it.
We-
I'm going
when
to
we-
tape
yeah.
it and put it on YouTube one
Let's
of
do
these
it.
days. Yeah.
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 What was the last project you did, film-wise?
Oh, film-wise? I did a commercial for Northwestern
Cool,
Medical,
cool.
and I had to
Nice.
play basketball, which is funny because I am
Back in the
fully
basketball
grown.
realm. Yeah.
I'm 5'4". But
Hey, that's what
yeah.
they wanted.
yeah, it was
They-
like
they-
7th
they had a
grade,
vision.
and I was like,
Yeah.
okay. So I like played basketball, and then I was like, so I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom was very happy to not have to drive me into the city 3 times a week.
Yeah.
Because like my brother was getting very into sports, and she was like,
Gotcha.
well, I got someone else to drive.
Word.
Yeah.
As far as the acting world right now, is it something you're still looking forward to working in, or taking a little break from it?
Yeah,
or-
I don't know. Like I feel so torn where it's like I love being myself. Like I've finally gotten to a place that like next week I'm gonna be 29, and I'm like, okay, so I've gotten to a place where like I
Yeah.
like myself.
Awesome.
And like I
That's
kind of want to live
so
in
important.
this space.
Yeah.
So like pretending to be someone else is not something I'm super interested in at this moment. But also that's because I'm not getting paid to be someone else. So like if
I-
someone wanted to pay me, like hit me up.
Right.
You know?
I like that. I like that a lot. I think that's an incredible realization.
Yeah, it's
And
been a
it
long
takes
time coming.
takes a long time to figure that out.
Yeah, for
How
sure.
to?
Seriously. And acting can definitely be wear and tear when it comes to, portraying someone else.
Yeah.
Like, there's definitely a version of it you can do where you actually are able to split and separate the character from the person, but that is not an easy thing to do.
No, it's not.
That is absolutely not an easy thing to do.
Yeah.
And I myself even feel like I've accidentally taken the more of the approach of like just becoming that rather than separating
Yeah.
myself from that. And sometimes that could do a lot of
Yeah.
bring you to interesting places
Right.
in the mind, you know.
And it's like
But-
I just got to a good place. Like let's just hang out here for a little while.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to try and
That's
mess it
so
up.
cool, Jax, and you're great, you know.
Thank you.
So great at what you're doing and continue to do. As far as obviously the podcast and everything, what are your hopes and like how's it going? What's
Yeah,
been
the
going on with Papa
podcast-
Passion? Or tell us about it. You know.
Yeah, so it's going great. The whole premise of the show is like people are their most interesting when they're talking about what they love. So I just introduce my guest with a fun fact that sounds fake. Then I do like a little bio, and then I say, what's your passion? And we just go from there. And I think like I found, like, I remember being at parties in like college, and like someone would bring up like One Direction, just as an example. And I'd be
Love
like,
that band.
I'm so excited I get to talk about One Direction. And it's like, we don't get that anymore with the pandemic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I'm trying to recreate with the podcast is like, you know, if you like miss the moment of like talking to a stranger at a party about their obscure passion, the kind where you're like, you know, doubled over laughing 1 second and then you have tears in your eyes the next, like then that pop of passion is the podcast for you. You know, so like
it.
I'm just trying to recreate that moment that I miss from life because life is so different now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When did you
I love that.
start the podcast?
So I started like less than 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And I've already recorded 9 episodes.
Oh yeah. Woo!
Yeah.
Coming in.
And
Such a
Pop
cool
Up
name,
Passion,
too. I
baby.
like the
Yeah, I
name.
love the
Yeah,
name.
yeah,
Pop
so
Up
great.
Passion
Thank you.
Podcast.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, everyone, aliens, cosmic energy, cosmic conscious collective, please go check that out right now. It's good stuff.
Thank
Really
you.
good. The first one launches.
Next Wednesday,
Next
May 26th,
Wednesday.
on my birthday. We're like
Very
going
cool.
hard.
Nice.
The trailer's already on Spotify and Stitcher. It should be on Apple Podcasts by the end of the week and everywhere.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're like working on it.
How many
But
episodes have you been doing a week then?
so sometimes I've done 1 and sometimes I've done 2.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all manageable. Like, that's the thing is, like, everyone's talking about their passion, but, like, my passion is, like, what we're doing, like, the conversations. And not one moment of it has felt like work. Like, what I understand is work. Capital W. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
from the emailing people to ask them to do it, to, like, scheduling, to, like, actually doing the pre-interview stuff. None of it's felt like work. Like, it's just like I'm in the flow of creativity and it's amazing.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I love it too, and thanks so much for having me yesterday.
I can't wait for your
And I can't wait for
episode.
the episode to come out. It was,
Yeah,
it was
late
groovy.
July.
It was so cool what you got operating over there and the whole team over there.
Yeah, the
Super
Lincoln
cool.
Lodge is great.
So shout out to everyone over there and Pop of Passion podcast. It's going to be
Thank
awesome.
you.
Going to be stellar. What are your plans like for the summer and, you know, this year going forward?
Yeah, so I have some real estate deals closing this summer. And
What's your real estate handle?
Okay, I don't have one, but if you want to find me on LinkedIn, it's Jaclyn, Jaclyn
Nice.
Barker. I'm at Fairgreen Real Estate.
Yeah.
But don't send this video to my boss because he might yell at me. But yeah, so I have that going on. I'm going to Boston because I'm seeing Gaga, my favorite artist, at Fenway in
Yeah.
early August
Awesome.
with my friend Sarah. And then then I'm going by myself. I got a VIP ticket to the pit at Wrigley to see Gaga at the end of
Jealous.
August.
What? That's
Because
amazing.
like I don't like concerts. Like it's too
Yeah.
much. Like I'm too anxious. I can't be around crowds. But like if it's for someone I love,
You're there.
I'm there.
Yeah.
And I'll spend
Yeah.
the money. And I've never done VIP before. I've done the pit before. And so I'm so excited to see Gaga at Wrigley for the second time. Like I can't wait.
You've seen. When was the first time you saw her?
So I saw her in April 2011 in New Jersey for the Monster Ball. That was the first time I saw her.
2011. Wow.
Yeah, like I've been a fan.
Mm-hmm.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was this guy at Maine South. Like I got interviewed for the Southwards about being a Gaga fan. And this guy like yelled at me and he was like, well, you're going to be so embarrassed in 10 years that everyone's going to know you as the Lady Gaga girl. And it's like, no.
Oh my god.
I interviewed.
Why are people so cruel with like
Yeah.
what kind of style of music
With
you
taste.
like?
I
You
know.
remember when
Yeah.
that was a thing growing up?
Yeah.
And, like
Calling each
people
other
like
posers.
especially being in the
Yeah.
hardcore scene.
Yeah.
Like and sorry, like I mean respect and definitely to the hardcore scene, but why is everyone so
Hostile.
Yeah.
hostile and like, oh, you like that?
And even if you like someone
it's like-
cool, it was like, nah, you poser.
Yeah.
like, what was going on with everyone back then? It was such
Very
a mess.
competitive.
Yeah. I don't wish that
Territorial.
upon anyone.
No.
And so, any youth listening, like what you like. screw that.
No,
like you
exactly.
be you. Like absolutely.
My like battle cry is like if you were not in like middle school plus or minus 2 years when Usher's Yeah came out, I think you deserve like monetary reparations because that was like the coolest moment ever. Like to be at like the Lincoln Middle School dance and came on, like
you never forget
everything.
That's great.
Yeah.
You went to Lincoln.
I did.
Shout out to Lincoln. Awesome. That's came up on the podcast many
times. Are we all
Good
Lincoln
times.
kids? Yeah.
We're all Park Ridge kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good times. So you were saying you were practicing a little bit of Irish music when you were a kid as well.
Yeah.
So, and where was that at?
So in like 7th grade, most people in orchestra quit because they're like, well, I don't want to have to
still
do
has
this
a
in
cello
high
for
school.
sale, correct?
I do have a cello
There's a
for
cello
sale.
for sale, everyone.
If you want to know. So like Lincoln will give you like a scholarship, and I think it was like $200 to go to a music camp. So most people went to like U of I music camp, not me. Because if you've learned anything about me, I don't follow the path of the beaten drum. So I went online and I looked up Irish music camp, and I found one in like the hills of North Carolina at the Shenandoah Music Festival.
Ooh. Oh, cool.
Nice. Sounds great.
So we had $200, and then I had to pay for the week-long music camp in North Carolina. Well, not I, because I'm a Park Ridge kid. So my parents had to pay for that. Then they had to pay for my flight to North Carolina. Then they had to pay to ship my cello to North Carolina.
Oh, wow. So
And
the
then-
scholarship cost you a lot of money.
Yeah, basically. But I did play cello until senior year of high school, just because I liked like the friends I made, and like I like to go on the trips. Like we went to New York City, we went to Florida. Yeah.
Very
Do you
cool.
speak any Irish?
If you give me enough Jameson, like it might happen.
Really?
No, it's not good.
Really?
It's just the bad words.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then and then like I'll start singing the national anthem.
Yeah, me and John were talking about that earlier this week. I really wish I knew more Gaelic. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I definitely want to try to learn more.
Yeah, because it's so sad that it was like killed off by the English. You know what I mean? Like it's horrible.
it's
They really tried to
interesting.
suppress the language. It had like a renaissance in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
But it's not, you know what I mean? It's not like up where it should be considering the population.
Yeah. John inspires me, man. He's been out there a few times
Cool.
to Ireland. And
about him.
yeah, man. And has hopes to get out there more so.
Yeah.
And as well as
Awesome.
studying the Gaelic language, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Definitely want to dive into that more so.
Yeah.
Have you ever used Gaelic in any of your stand-up?
I have.
Nice.
Okay, so I have a whole story about my first tattoo, which I got on I got it on, what is the 14th of February? Okay, Valentine's Day. Sorry, I don't know where my brain went for a second. So it was the 100th show of the Born This Way ball for Lady Gaga. And I had gotten tickets to go see her at the United Center. And 2 days before, she canceled the show because she broke her hip. And so that was my junior year of college. My freshman year of college, on Valentine's Day, this guy I was like kind of seeing, I wrote on Facebook "Happy Free Bitch Day," which like is a reference to like bad romance. And he texted me and was like, "You're not a free bitch."
Ooh.
And I was like,
Ooh.
well, I'll be a free bitch on my wedding day. So that day I decided I'm going to get a tattoo on my ring finger which says "free bitch." And then, so 2 years passed.
Wow.
And I ended up getting this, which is a trinity,
Yeah.
which is actually Gaelic for free bitch.
Ooh, there you go. That was phenomenal. I love it.
That's
I
not,
love it.
it's not the truth. It's just a joke. It's not.
Fascinating
love that.
orthography.
Yeah.
Irish
Great.
language.
Yeah, so that's the only time I've used like the Irish language in my stand-up. But yeah.
Talented. Amazing.
Thank you.
Jacqueline, everyone. Right about this time, we will break away and whip something up, and then we'll come back and do a 10-minute roundup.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on.
This was great.
Rock on, everyone.
All the money that ever I had, I spent it in good company. And all the harm that ever I done, I wrapped it was to none but me. For all I've done would want to blip the memory now I can't recall. The bill to me, the parting glass. Good night and joy be with you all. Of all the time that I had, they're sorry for my going away. And all the sweethearts that I had, they wish to miss me one more day. But since it fell into my lot that I should rise and you should not, I'll gently rise and softly fall. Good night and joy be with you all.
When I wake up at 4 in the morning and right before I go to bed, but
Yeah.
I won't do the fake stuff. I
Yeah.
have a line.
No, yeah, totally.
You can taste it's fake too.
The fakeness, I
know.
think, might even be what was giving me those headaches.
Yeah.
Like when I was drinking those energy drinks, because most of like the newer energy drinks are like made with the sugarless, whatever.
fake
Yeah.
sugar.
Yeah,
It's
aspartame or
really weird. I
sucralose,
think that's
whatever.
what it is.
Yeah.
So,
Yikes.
yeah, it tastes good, but kind of tastes weird at the same time. I don't know. Whatever.
I've had worse.
Cool. Let's do this roundup. Is everyone ready?
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
Hey, how's it going? What's
Welcome
going
to the
on?
Roundup.
Welcome to the Rawk Radio Roundup, number 21. Jacqueline Barker in the house,
Hi.
up in our new stew.
She
Love
sings
it.
too.
Yeah,
Fantastic singer.
excellent singer.
Thank you.
What do you think of the new spot versus the
I-
other spot?
Love it. I was not at the other spot,
Yeah.
but I would like to one day sell this spot whenever you guys are ready to sell. Interest
It's a good
rates
spot.
are
It is a
low.
great spot.
You can hit me up.
Good
Yeah.
location.
On LinkedIn.
Everyone,
Yeah.
please go. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was, yeah, you do have some pipes. That was so
was-
fun.
Yeah.
And you did sing
Thank
on a
you.
Safes record.
I
That
did.
was really cool.
I know. I should
I
have
didn't
looked
know
it up
that.
on the break, which album it was on, but I did
Yeah.
sing on a Safes record,
That's
and
so
it was
cool.
so fun.
Shout out to the Safes.
Shout out to the Safes.
And the Hustle.
And
Shout
the
out to the
Hustle.
Hustle. Once again, would love to have
All
them
the
on.
O'Malley
That'd be
family,
fun. It's
yeah.
funny because Tommy brought up the drummer the other
Yeah.
day when we were talking. So, yeah, great band.
Yeah.
Everyone go check out the Hustle. Get a minute. Good stuff. And we laid down one of your faves.
Yes, my most
But-
played song in 2019
Yeah.
on Spotify.
We're doing a little faster version of it.
The
John
Parting
looked up
Glass.
the chords. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the official title, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And how old is this song?
Oh my God, hundreds of years. It's
Yeah.
like a Scottish song, but the Irish people have appropriated it, which we do well. But I went to go see right before the last
Yeah.
thing I did before the pandemic shut us down. Okay, second to last. Last thing I did was I saw the Chieftains at Symphony Hall.
Holy shit.
That was my parents' Christmas gift. I went with my parents and my brother. It was so cool. They were awesome. And it was called The Irish Goodbye. It was like their farewell tour. I mean, we'll see. They'll probably be back in 20 years because those guys won't die. But before that, I saw the High Kings at the Irish American Heritage Center.
Okay. Oh, wow.
And after I went up to them and I was like, so you guys beat Jason Derulo by 200 plays on my Spotify? And they were not impressed.
Yeah.
Really?
Like, we
I
should
was-
have beat him by more.
I know. I was like, that's really cool. Like, he's like a huge artist,
Yeah.
and I'm talking to you. So like,
Yeah.
and they were not like that impressed with my. They were my number one played song in 2019. But whatever.
Have you ever listened to We Banjo 3?
Yeah,
Great stuff.
yeah, they're
Who's
great.
that?
They're a three-piece with, are they all banjos? I don't remember, but
There's multiple banjos for
yeah,
sure.
there's
yeah.
multiple banjos.
Yeah,
It's great
That's
stuff.
so cool.
yeah,
Irish music too.
yeah.
That's really cool. I'm definitely
Yeah.
going to check that out. This was a fun song to do, though. Good call.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
so fun. Thank you
Excellent
for doing
song
that
choice.
with
Like I
me.
said,
You
we
have
were
good taste.
Thank you.
Good taste.
I would rather
Absolutely.
have good taste than be funny, than be pretty, than any of it, than be smart. Like,
Yeah.
taste is number one. So I really appreciate that. Thank
That's
you.
super cool. This was kind of like unexpected. We weren't sure where it's going to go. That's kind of how it runs here every time, though. You know?
Just
And
improv.
would love
Yeah.
to have you in the future again,
Aw.
obviously.
I'll be
I
back.
thought you did great on the mic. So
Thank you.
have you ever gotten up on stage at a safe show? Like, do they ever invite you on
No,
there?
not me.
Yeah.
No, I'm sure they would have, but I was like background vocals on the song. But some of my cousins have sang at safe shows who were
Okay.
on the records. Yeah.
And is this,
I didn't make
is
the
this
cut.
year going to happen, the Thanksgiving?
Hopefully,
Thanksgiving?
I would think so because like people are getting vaccinated. The safes usually
Yeah.
do a Chicago show the night before Thanksgiving.
I would love to do that.
Yeah.
I would love to go to that. We should go
Yeah.
to that.
Yeah, we gotta
Absolutely.
go.
That'd be
I
so
will
cool.
let you guys know if it's happening.
Super cool. So, what has been your favorite TV show lately?
So
Or streaming, or like whatever.
yeah, so I always am rewatching The Real Housewives of New York. That's my favorite show.
All right.
But lately I started watching, I haven't been able, I've talked about this on podcasts before, so people are going to be like, shut up. But I did a whole like 2-hour podcast about how I haven't been able to watch new television since the 2016 election.
Ooh, I
It's
kind
been
of like
a long
this.
time.
Yeah.
It's good that you kept the TV off during that time.
Yeah, no, I just couldn't
agree.
do it. So I only watched the shows that I've already seen. But recently I watched on HBO Max The Big Shot with Bethany, who was on Real Housewives of New York. And it's like The Apprentice Light, but for Bethany Frankel.
Wow.
And I watched 4 episodes in one night, which like I haven't done since I was in college.
Wow.
Like I haven't been able to concentrate on a television show, but I really liked it.
Cool. What's that about?
It's like a competition show to be on her team. She owns like Skinny Girl. They used to do the alcohol. Now
Yeah,
they
is that
do
that wine
shapewear. Yeah.
Okay.
And they have like popcorn and salad dressing and like everything.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's like to be her operations manager.
Oh, wow.
And it's a competition show and there are no rules. And it's just funny.
Vicious.
Yeah,
'Cause
it's
she's
pretty
a mob
vicious.
wife.
Yeah.
So,
Well, she's not a mom.
oh, it's controversial, right? That's the
No,
funny thing about this.
but yeah, like her dad was involved in racetrack stuff, so like
Right.
there's some mob stuff going on
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah. Do you guys remember when we were in like late high school, early college, and they did Mob Wives Chicago and they showed the Pickwick?
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh.
Wow.
that
Shout out
was
to the Pickwick.
controversial. That
Yeah.
was controversial for Park Ridge people. They were like, "We are not mob affiliated," and it's like. I know many people
And weeks
who have
later,
passed in Park
some-
Ridge
yeah,
and
someone-
they
yeah.
don't have explanations and it was probably mob affiliated. I'm
Yeah.
not going to name
It's
names, but if
funny.
you
Hey.
Venmo me, I will.
It's funny how many hits
You know.
just happen in that little time.
Yeah,
You
like
know.
just like dads who have day jobs and then they just like pass away in like parks. It's like, okay, yeah, no, that
Yeah.
was normal. Whatever.
There's Rosemont right next to
PR
No,
daddy.
don't even get me
Park Ridge.
started on
That was
Rosemont. That's
built
like
for them,
shady.
by them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rosemont's scary.
We gotta get good with them.
Oh man, rock on, everyone. Jacqueline does have a website.
I do.
It's Jacqueline.
It's Jax Barker.
JaxBarker.com. Check it
Yeah.
out. That's awesome.
Yeah, and then
Um,
the podcast is Pop of Passion podcast.com.
Popofpassion.com. Are you running anything on YouTube?
Yeah, I'm on YouTube. I don't know what my name is, but all my videos are on jaxbarker.com
Cool.
for that. Yeah.
Have you done any like improv videos like on YouTube? I know you do the whole performing. live and
Yeah,
everything.
I don't think there's any YouTube improv videos, but there are definitely stand up and storytelling videos on YouTube.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's good.
Thank you.
You think you'll ever do some more of those?
I would love to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, get me on stage in front of people. Like, I'm ready to go.
You're
but
ready
like,
to go. So you want
I
to
would
be on
love
the
to.
stage again.
Yeah, like, that's
where what you love.
these
Like,
virtual shows are not scratching the itch.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
feel
mean?
that.
Like the interviews for the podcast are like, I love that, but like you get me on stage with like a group of people, and when I get a laugh, like
That's it.
it's chasing that laugh from when I was in that pilot when I was 5. It's like, okay, you know what I mean? Like that's what it's about for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is so cool. You are our very first comedian. So like this is
Wow.
very exciting for us
Thank
as well as like
you.
a bunch, all the other talented things you have going on.
Thank you.
As far as like Chicago, like where were some of your favorite pockets to do comedy in?
So my
perform.
favorite theater in Chicago is CIC Theater. It's on Irving Park and like Southport. And I heard they're going to be opening up this summer.
Nice.
It's like the best place to do improv. That's where I had my storytelling show, Pop of Passion. Like that's where I made all my friends. Yeah, so CIC is my favorite.
Cool.
All the rest of the comedy theaters have shut down. So
Man,
pretty
really?
much. Yeah, pretty
Have
much.
you ever done
Really?
comedy? I think it's at Cole's.
Yeah, okay,
Cole's
so
Bar,
I've
yeah.
been to that
Shout out
open
to
mic.
Cole's.
My stand-up teacher runs the mic on Wednesdays, or did,
that's
Alex
cool.
Kuhlman, but I never got up because I was too scared. Like, that's an intimidating mic. Like, I only really like to do mics, open mics that are, like, women run, or I'll do the one in Edison Park at the Emerald Isle once in a while, because it's,
When
like,
is
a
that
quiet... They haven't done it since the pandemic, but,
Okay.
like, I think it was Monday nights, and it's, like, quiet enough that I'm, like, I can get up there, but, like, I wouldn't do Cole's. Like, I've done, like, I've
Cole's
gotten
is
into
kinda scary.
festivals,
I
but I
love
wouldn't do
Cole's.
Cole's. I'd be too scared. I'm not good enough.
You just
know?
walk in there, it's all dark.
Yeah.
It's like you got to go all the way down to the back room.
What
Yeah.
about the
That's like-
Laugh Factory? Is that still
Ooh,
around?
is that one still?
Yeah. I mean, that's, like, the big shot.
Yeah.
Like, that's, like, big deal.
Have you ever messed with what's the one? Bring it back to Rosemont. What's in Rosemont? Right now?
Zanies.
Zanies. Is that
Right.
like legit? Do they
Yeah,
ever
that
let
is.
locals come up, or is
Yeah,
it
they
always
do.
structured?
No, yeah, they, like, have
Okay.
locals, and, yeah, I think they're pretty legit.
That's
They're-
cool.
They're not checking for me. Like, there's, like, a Park Ridge comedy charity event in, like, June or July, and I was
Coming up?
not asked to do it, which is so funny to me. It's fine. It's fine.
Well, it's okay. We got our own shows.
We're busy.
You're
We're
gonna run
here.
it.
We're
Yeah.
here.
We got
Yeah, you're
shit.
killing
Yeah.
it. You're crushing it.
But it's just like funny when it's like, you guys, I'm doing my thing, and then they
Yeah.
don't ask me. It's fine.
If and when Thematic does get videos going and shows going,
Yeah.
would you be interested in cracking a joke or two
Of
on
course.
stage or even on a record?
Would love
Eventually.
to.
That would be
yes.
awesome.
Yes.
That'd be
Would
super
love
cool.
to.
Yeah.
That would be
We
awesome.
would love that.
We're not good in between songs.
No, we're not. We gotta stand there. It's
Yeah,
awkward
it
sometimes. I'm sure you've had it when you're
I
on
get
stage.
it.
You get sometimes, regardless if you're killing it. Sometimes it's like that awkward pause, or when
Yeah.
it gets quiet. Like
Yeah.
you're just up there. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know. How hard is it for you to like just go and you're like once you're on stage, or you just this is it? You're just like I'm good.
I'm usually pretty good at like being memorized for my
That's
stand up.
great. Yeah.
But in like improv, I would just start talking about like my real life, and then people would be like, "Oh my god, you're so creative! Like I can't
so
believe you
cool.
talked about that." And I'm like, "No, that happened last week. Like that's why I brought it up."
Wow.
It's easiest to
That
talk
takes
about
guts.
the
Yeah.
fresh stuff.
Improv
Yeah.
takes guts for sure. It really
Thank
does.
you.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. When, if you don't mind me asking, what was the first time you did it? What was the first time you
Okay,
did
so
improv?
I took my first improv class on my dad's birthday, January 7th, 2015. I probably did my first improv show that April. And I've been doing it ever since.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just like, it's just magic. Like, there's nothing better than like good improv or like good music or like good live anything. You know,
Absolutely.
so
I love that.
yeah.
Any comedians you really like?
Okay, I'm not a comedian's comedian. I'm the worst. Like, I don't watch like stand-up specials. I don't watch that Thomas Middleditch and Ben Schwartz show. I think Thomas Middleditch has been accused of being a predator, so like I'm not about that.
Yikes.
I'm not gonna call him out, but I will tag him when I post this episode on my Instagram. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, but okay. So I love Hannah Gadsby. She's a stand-up from Australia,
Yeah.
and she did Nanette, and then she did Douglas, and like that's more like storytelling. And when Nanette came out a couple years ago, everyone was like, "Is it stand-up?" And it's like, to make people question the medium is like what I'm all about. So I was like, that's my shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Any inspiring words for any upcoming comedians, stand-up artists in general?
I would just say, like, take your classes, but also, like, don't feel tied to the classes.
Ooh, I like that a lot. That's
Like,
very
when
true.
you feel like you're done, you're done. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Don't, like, keep taking classes just because. But if you're going to take an improv class in Chicago, go to CIC, and shout out to Farrell Walsh. He's awesome. And just, like, know yourself. And I find when you're, like, taking these classes, you meet your tribe.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about. Like, those are those people who are going to be at my wedding. They're going to be at my kids' like birthday parties.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's
Totally.
like, I might not be doing improv at that point, but like the friendships are what it's about.
Absolutely.
Very cool.
Totally. Well, everyone, cosmic, conscious energy, everyone listening here, ladies, gentlemen, non-binary folk, thank you so much for tuning in. Jacqueline, thank you for being here with us.
Thank you.
Jacqueline Barker, everyone, real estate baller, comedian, killing it on the mic, vocals, singing. Go check out the podcast, Pop of Passion, please, today. Great stuff. Love it.
Thank you
and,
all.
And keep killing
Thanks for
it.
coming.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. Rock on, everyone. Good night.
Thank you.
Crushed it.
Excellent job.
Thank you so
That wasn't too bad, right?